Hello, my name is Dominic Underhall and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. Today is our very first round of the Underdome League, so I'm really excited to get jumping into this. We're going to be playing against Shikami today, and it is a best of three, basically a best of three series. So, what we've got to play with. Our rosters, so we've all got randomly generated rosters. We didn't get to pick these whatsoever. The roster I've got is this one here. So, we have got Zax Jakar as our captain when he loads in. There we go. And you'll notice that we've got a distinct lack of early game. We've got Detonia and Crankbait, and that's everything we've got underneath 4 Cinder. And they are not the most impactful early units, so a little bit iffy there. Following that, we get a bit stronger. We've got Shrapnel, we've got Chuck and Co, and then we get some of the heavy hitters: Switchback, Florio, Aegys Sentinel, and we've got a Nectarvine to keep us in the game. So I think my game plan here is probably going to be on turn 3 to play out a Shrapnel, and on turn 4 to try and play out a Switchback, because we should gain 2 Cinder plus the 4. It doesn't feel great, because I've seen Shikami's list, and Shikami's list is much more impressive than mine, so it's a lot faster. I'm a little bit worried, but we'll find out. I'm really looking forward to just going to jump into a few games and just see how it goes. I've also got 2 achievements that I need to go for. One of which is I need to use the same activated ability 4 times in one game. I'm going to hope that that's either going to be Zax placing mines down, or it's because if we look at Shikami's list actually, there we go. So Shikami's got an Astra, so we don't need to worry about the Grav Disc as often. So it's going to be Zax placing mines down, or if we're lucky, we're going to go for Switchback activating 4 times as well. So that's our first one. The other one is we have to hit 5 units, I believe in fact 5 crew, with 1 Shrapnel attack. It can be ally or enemy, so we're probably going to end up trying to shoot our own crew at some point. But it's a best of 3 series, and hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun. So for now, if you enjoy this content, if you enjoy the league itself, we're going to be trying to put every single game that I play up on this once a week, and so you'll be able to see once a week how we're doing, the standings, what the different lists are going to be, because they're going to change every week as well, and hopefully this will be loads of fun. So please do subscribe to the channel to keep on track with that, like the video, drop a comment, let me know how you think I could play better, because trust me, in this video there's going to be a lot of it up in the air. And lastly, if you really want to support this, please go ahead and support over on Patreon. It is the best way to support me. It gives me a lovely warm fuzzy feeling inside whenever I've got that notification so far, so if you can do, that would be an amazing thing for you to do. But for now, I'll see you in game. Okay, we are loading into our very first game versus Shikami. So on the right hand side I've actually got Shikami's list open, so I can understand what they're trying to do, as well as the achievements that I need to do as well. Oh, that Astra looks gorgeous. So they're trying to play, so their list is Antios Gauntlet, Beatrice, Taria Arsenal, Florio Lancer, Switchback, Shrapnel, Snarling, and Detonia. Right, what do we want here? We need to survive. Escape hatch is actually pretty great for us. We've got some big things. Maybe escape hatch and lifeline is actually what we want. I'd normally never pick that, but yeah. And if we're going second, I forgot until a moment ago that second wind still exists. Oh my god, we've got second wind. Yeah, so we can actually start deploying Switchback basically for free really early on. I mean, and with lifeline we can heal it. Okay, there's the super safe Astra Cinder spot. But what we can do is just take our nice early hit here. Of course we miss. But at least we know they're going to move in this direction, and we can just place a Shrapnel right in the way. So obviously I think this is probably going to be 4 Cinder, probably their own Shrapnel actually. Oh okay, no, this is going to be... what would that be? That would be Beatrice. That would probably them playing Beatrice and Taria, or maybe an Antios and another Cinder Orb. But us getting this 2 additional Cinder is going to be great, because we're actually going to have 6 Cinder next turn. So we can just play out a really early Switchback. Yeah, so there's the Shrapnel. That miss is obviously pretty standard at this point. So we obviously can't hit anything else other than Shrapnel here. But what we might be able to do is try and get something safe in this direction. So what do we want to play? Because we can get a free Switchback next turn. So obviously we're going to use second... oh no, because we can only get up to 5 here. So what if we just... we could place our own Shrapnel and just try and be aggressive and play Switchback for free next turn. I don't even hate that. And let's place it somewhere that they can't probably get both things, or even... do you know what? They probably can't even get to Shrapnel if we place it here. and they don't know that next turn we're going to have other options. In fact, yeah, we can even block this off. So this puts us at 4 Cinder next turn though, and we want 4 Cinder. We don't want to have to not play Chuck. So yeah, we're just going to go with this for now. They don't have any of the... Okay, they can get an attack for 2 here, that's fine. They missed as well, even better. And we can get our Shrapnel to start trying to poke a little bit of damage out here and maybe start dealing with theirs. So this is something small, so this could be Taria. Yep, there's Taria. And if they move up, we can just be aggressive, but if not... Yeah, because there might be a world where we get a line of sight on both of these. That would be pretty good. If this is Antios... Yeah, okay, they need to be careful with their positioning here. Because there's a lot of things they can do that would be a bit awkward. We're just going to build a huge front line and try and... Okay, so there's a Cinder Sphere as their option. So I think here we just try and chip away at Shrapnel. Because we can't get a good line of sight onto Taria. We're not going to be in range with that anyway, so we may as well just go for a decent shot here. Bring this down. Yeah, another damage there. So Shrapnel's gradually shrinking. So shrinking as if it's a thing. Let's escape hatch. If this is a good switchback, but then we heal switchback. And we could even heal it further, but for now I just want to play Chuck and Co just here and try and make them struggle to kill us. So this feels good. I feel in a really good spot here. Like, us getting second wind is huge in this matchup. So we haven't used enough of our abilities yet to really get this to start, but we are nearly in position to start using Shrapnel to group up and hit 5 things at once, which would be awesome. Yeah, so this is the angle I'd take here. I would do exactly this and try and damage the Switchback, because Switchback can just kill this for 2 Cinder next turn. But with 4 Cinder we can also just play Nectarvine and heal all of this. I mean, that crit's kind of annoying, but it's not even... Plink! Interesting. Okay, so we're getting plinked. They've got Lifeline as well. So we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage here. So we've got 7. Okay. Have they got something for 3 damage here? Oh, they could do. What have they got? Snarling could do it. No. Okay, so they're just going to Snarling something. Which is fine, but we do have the damage to deal with this, which is quite funny. And then... Yeah, sure. Ataria's just going to stay over there, yeah. So the thing is, can we actually do things here that are relevant? I think the answer is probably yes.
It's almost time.
So can we get onto Taria? We can't quite yet.
This moon's talking to me.
How big a grav disc can we go for? Can we get... Let's go with this. I think we're just going to spend our turn on Cinder here, so... Take a hit.
Your face will get stuck.
We need to be careful that we don't lose Switchback. Switchback is probably our biggest damage dealer here. So this should deal 4 damage. And then we move back here to hide. Shrapnel probably has to come in first. Go for the best shot we can get, which is this, 80%. We missed. Are you kidding? That's really bad. So we now need to just block Shrapnel into place. So I think we actually just hit first. And then just try and block Shrapnel in there. Maybe even just with Detonia. There we go. Shrapnel can't hit our Switchback now. Oh, that was worrying. No, it can! No! I didn't think there was line of sight. We've lost Switchback. That's so bad. Because they've got a Switchback as well, I think. Yeah, they've got a Switchback in their roster. Okay, so... Interesting enough, we're only 1 unit behind, but we're going to get a kill before they do. But we can start playing... We need to start playing Florio next turn, I think. Sure, they can go for this. That's fine. Like, these are an issue, but if we play Florio before they play Florio, I think we're in a really good spot. So we're just going to try and deal with these, and then figure out the rest in a bit. I missed Detonia as well. I didn't think they had line of sight up here. That was a huge mistake. So Taria's just going to poke something. Yep. Didn't hit. I'm just really hoping they don't play Florio. Because if they play Florio now, we're in a lot of trouble, because we're going to have a delay in who can get that first activation up. This looks like Beatrice.
Whoops. Did I trigger something?
Yeah, this is a Beatrice. Their paint schemes look great. And their Detonia. Okay. This is fine. The fact they missed on this is brutal for them as well. And Cinder Sphere. Sure. So if we look at this, we should be able to just, hit both of these. Ooh, a nice crit as well. So we'll move there and just move in this direction.
I'm the Cinder Whisperer.
I'm just going to take this shot. Okay, it's fine that it missed. That's not the thing that we were worried about here. Move back here.
Would a grenade help?
Maybe move over here, try and trap her against the wall a little bit. And then because none of this is really ranged, we can look at deploying a fairly safe Florio. Maybe say back here. And now we've got the advantage with Florio. Okay, so we're doing okay. In terms of abilities, we've only used Grav Disc once. It's the only one we've used this whole time. We're outside of range of most things. Next turn we're going to be healing Chuck and Co anyway. So we can, and we're actually at a point where, if Beatrice gets hits back, sure, they heal for it, but we're not doing too bad here. We're both at equal units. We've got a list full of endgame. So what have they got left? They've got, we haven't seen Antios, Florio, Switchback, and that's it. That's their entire roster. So here they can actually into the breach a Switchback, which is terrifying, but it's absolutely a thing they can do. But we're starting to get lined up for a big attack here. If they don't kill our Chuck, we could actually potentially get the 5-unit hit as well. Ooh, they're just pressuring our captain here. Okay, that miss on Florio is nice. Next we get a Sentinel for free as well, which is interesting. Are they going to into the breach? Yeah. So they're going to into breach this. I'm assuming we attack this for 2. Oh no, they're going for the 6 damage here. Yeah. Oh no, they didn't have enough for that. Okay, so we need to figure out how best to win this. We might be able to get the 5 crew hit here if we're lucky. So what do we want to do?
Wanna have a jam sesh?
We weren't... Oh, we were immobile. Okay, so I guess we just hit snaring first, because we didn't have line of sight there. If we stand here... I'm just going to hit this. Can we still toss Beatrice from here? Not really in an effective way. So let's just take this shot. We did get that, which is nice.
How about a grenade?
You know what? We're just going to use abilities here, I think. So Shrapnel is in the wrong place.
Cool under pressure.
Use Detonia here. We're going to heal this. Activate Bombard over here. Get ourselves another unit down. And let's grab Disc away. Okay, we are slightly safer, but not hugely. I'm kind of giving them a big thing. That's 2 Grav Discs, so we can at least go for 2 more Grav Discs. This is an interesting shot for Shrapnel here, because we could try and get our 5 units hit. This is big, because they can actually just spend their Cinder to kill Florio now. We've actually probably lost this game on that activation. Yeah, we should have just run Florio away. Oh no, what a fool I was. That's our biggest unit gone, but they can't deploy their Florio yet. So we need to just... Okay, oh, they're out of range, perfect. So we're just putting them in a position where, you know, we have to start dealing with everything they've got. I don't think here we're going to go for this. Yeah, they're going to push onto Detonia here.
Wake up.
So we're actually just going to run these up this way to deal with that. And then try and slow down. Yeah, blink to heal's fine. Oh no, wait, that was lifeline. Oh god, they've lifeline Beatrice. Don't know if we can do this. So Robert's coming up here and just getting as many shots as possible. I think this is one where we're trying to not make mistakes more than anything else. Right, so
They're always surprised.
we can't get a good line of sight onto them, so we'll just go here and try and take what hit we can get. Okay, we got it onto Detonia at least, which is useful.
Lose, Chuck.
I actually think here we do chuck this away.
How does your doom feel?
What's the angle on this? So we can get those, we can get that. So
Need a moment to take all this in.
I think we're coming here for this.
I said not the face.
Come over here, lob an explosive for these two. Make sure we've got enough left for everything. Well, this was 3, isn't it? Yeah. So Zax just comes here and hits this. Oh, we've already tossed it. Oh, for goodness sake. There's Flechette here for this.
I was being timed?
That's pretty much everything I can do unless we want to start using Sleeper Mine, but I don't think we do. So we're still ahead on crew. We've got one of theirs down to 1. Beatrice is going to be able to kill this, but basically they're going to be able to deploy Florio back here, and I don't know how we deal with that unless we're just rushing them down. Because they're going to be able to kill 2 of our crew here. Yeah, move that out the way first. I don't think they need to hit Detonia. I think they can just go onto our captain. Yeah, this is the correct choice. Wow, Taria's hits are much faster now. That crit, yep. I think we're losing this in terms of a race, but I think... Oh yeah, Plink as well. If they're going for this aggressively, that's very bold. Because we can start pulling things up in this direction and running away. This is going to have to be Florio. I don't think they've got any other way of trying to deal with this from a race perspective. So this might actually be able to get 2 of these units. I don't care what they blink here, because we're just going to try and deal with things. So we can just back them into a corner.
Never gets old.
So this is Antios, so we need to deal 6 to Antios, which we actually have, potentially. So if they deploy Antios too aggressively,
Come on.
we might just have this. We're only 1 turn away from Lifeline as well. Okay,
Just
so let's
look like you're thinking.
grav disc this forwards and see how close we get. We can Flechette both of these, which is nice. Shrapnel can get in range for 1. I have to deal with the other one next turn. Yeah, we got it. And we've used 3 grav discs so far, which is nice. So we'll take the 50-50 here.
Got a tad on my mind.
Yeah, that's fine. So what's the range looking like on Bombard? Over there, so pretty solid. What we can do is actually place a Sleeper Mine like here to block Beatrice. And just move down here. Get this going, and if we've placed this correctly, there we go. Start healing both of these. Right, so I feel a lot more comfortable now. We're in a much safer spot. Their only unit left is Antios, and we're applying pressure onto their captain quite easily. We do need to still find a way to get pressure onto their... Yeah, so this is 2 damage here, that's fine. Right, we'll probably just try and hit this back. Okay, they're just running away, that's fine. So we can continue using grav discs to pull this up, because we can still move around this way. But we might even be able to finish this off next turn, because this deals 3 damage. Yeah, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're only 1 damage. This actually allows us to heal as well, which is nice. So we've got a good amount of damage here. Shrapnel can maybe even get multi-hits here, and we're going to just start clearing their crew up, I think.
How's your depth perception?
Okay, that's fine. We'll have to see what this can... If this can hit both of these, then I feel good.
Whoops, did I trigger something?
So this hitting both of those already is great. So let's just get that done already. Shrapnel is just going to come over here. Because this isn't going to do anything reasonable yet. We've missed that, which is unfortunate. We can lifeline here. And now we can actually... We can pop a crankbait down over here to try and sort of keep things a bit safer. But given that we got 10 life, we can actually use our last grav disc here. So we might as well take a shot somewhere. We'll take a shot here, just in case. Move over here. Oh, we don't actually have enough life. Oops. Enough cinder. We could have killed this. This was a mistake. So now we're actually losing health for no real benefit. But Crankbait can move up here and pull this forwards, and I don't know if they've got quite enough damage to kill everything. They're just pushing for our captain and hoping, I think. They have got the lifeline, so they can heal things up, but we've left them at 6, not at 5, so there's a good chance we can actually just get into range there. Yeah, us taking 3 there is pretty unfortunate, but that was our fault. We can move back in and just heal. Yeah, we're not out of the realms of healing ourselves up yet.
Here we go, again.
Yeah, and Taria's going to figure out what to do. But I think we've got this pretty locked up. We just need to use 1 grav disc, basically. And then we've got our first assist as well. Shrapnel is probably not going to get the the achievement here. Let's be honest. But we can just move this up here, go for this, and hit both of these with shrapnel, and then that's nearly game on itself. We just need to keep alive down this side. So let's see if we can manage that.
Uh-oh, something sounds imminent.
Yeah. Okay, and then lifelining that is fine. Because we're not actually going for anything other than just trying to push through the damage now. Okay, and they had to blink that as well, which is great. So we can move over here and try and hit both of these. No, we can't quite. The question is, can we get enough damage in? What's the range on this? Okay, it's got enough range. So we just shoot this. Ooh, grapple chain. Make sure we use our last grav disc just to not waste things. So grav disc in this direction. That's 4 grav discs done. And flechette. For the lethal, there we go. Oh, that was fun. I definitely enjoyed that. That was very, very good. So that's 1, and we've hit one of our achievements there. We got 4 grav discs down in 1 game. I think we got 4 grav discs and then 2 or 3 mines, so we definitely covered enough there. So 1 flare point. We need to go for another now. So that went well. It was difficult because our list was so slow in comparison. If we hadn't had second win there, I think we probably lost that. Oh wait, hang on. I'm just realised I've just gone into public again when I need to go into private. So for our second game. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so first one went well. It was a slog. It was very, very much a slog. Our assists really helped us there. We actually took suboptimal assists in terms of what's normally good in favour of ones that were actually specifically good for our list, and it was a perfect combo of different things there. But we threw away Florio and Switchback and still managed to win the game. So I'm very surprised we managed to get that, because both of those, we probably should have found ways to play them a bit safer, and they would have been our sort of our big win conditions. So really glad to see that. Hopefully we'll get another game in and have a bit of fun, and I'll see you once we're there. Okay, we are back, and we're about to go into round 2 of our best of 3 versus Shikami. Now you may notice things look a little bit different here. I'm wearing different clothes, the lighting is probably different. This is actually a different day. We weren't able to get all 3 games in at the same time, so we're going to go for game 2 a couple of days after the first one, and we're going to jump straight into it. So the thing that we need to remember is that what we need to do is we need to try and hit 5 crew with Shrapnel. That's our big goal for this. So obviously we need to win the game, and to do so we're really hoping to get second wind, because that did huge work for us in the first game. But getting 5 hits with Shrapnel also gets us a flair point, and let's be honest, who doesn't love flair points? Okay, ooh, we've got good assists. Plink and Disruptor's really pretty good, especially when we're going to be a defensive one. These are great as well, but I think just getting that additional pressure when they've got early games, probably useful. We are going second. This is huge. This is a really big deal. So Astra's growing a Cinder Orb. Unless there's any angle on the Cinder Orb, which there shouldn't be, we're just going to sit back. Because now we've got 5 Cinder next turn, and we can play something pretty impressive, I'm sure. Especially with them having an Astra coming our way. So what do we even want to play? We could just go for a Florio and just waste our Cinder, because we wouldn't even have a way to activate it. That's a Detonia. And that's a Beatrice. So we're going to just poke Detonia here and try and just deal with that very slowly. And try and keep our distance so there's worse angles for them to hit us. Just because this way, if we hit, we get the Plink. Now we're going to second wind up to 5 Cinder. And honestly, I think it probably is just Shrapnel still. But we want to spread out a bit here. So Shrapnel's going to go in this direction. We don't know their assists, so we're just going to save our Cinder and potentially play Chuck and Co next turn. Us having Disruptor as well makes this really nice, because we can just... Oh, what's this? Cinder Infusion. Okay. Yeah, so Detonia's going to get a little bit more... It's trying to decide whether they're going to go for pressure or whether they're going to go for control. Okay, so they're going to run away here, which is fine. The interesting thing is this could be a really good Disruptor turn if we can get them both into line of sight of a Shrapnel up here. Or if they go down here, we can go down this angle. Go for it that way, but I'd prefer to go up here, so I'd rather they just put something like over here. Yeah, there. There would be great, because then we could potentially hit all 3 of their crew in one turn. Also, Shikami's got some gorgeously painted models. Okay, that all looks great. Like, even that Beatrice just looks so good. I like the little dashes of green as well. Okay, so that there, and what's coming? If they place something down here, yeah, so we're just going to go for big old Disruptor in this direction. I think this should do the job. Maybe if we do it like this. Let's find out. Okay. So we can get 2 of them out here. So there's no sense in rushing any closer than we have to. So where can Zax get? Okay, so we can get an angle down this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to move down here first to try and not block Zax's angle and shoot these. Shoot this, maybe we can hope for a crit. We didn't get a crit, but we did get something to blink. And at this point, it's almost like we just play Chuck and Co somewhere probably, but I'm trying to figure out where. Because we're not going to be in range of anything really. So let's Chuck and Co here just to keep Beatrice away. And this seems pretty reasonable to me. Okay, so we're doing okay on the damage front, but we don't know what their second assist is yet. They could have something like Lifeline. Lifeline would be brutal here. But we can start, you know, attacking, taking damage and healing and things like that. So this can just go for 1 damage. We can deal 1 damage, then heal 1. We can toss Beatrice away. Either way, so we should be able to get good damage in with Shrapnel. And maybe even just play a Nectarvine out. Okay, so this could be an Into the Breach. I've forgotten to actually open Shikami's list, so I can't remember what we were playing against. I know they had some good units, like they had a Switchback and a Florio, I know that much. And this could be our turn to play an early Florio out, to be honest. Okay, that's a Nano Shield, that's fine. So going for this is interesting. Ooh, the crit. That's actually a really big deal. So we now need to basically block this off. So if we block this off and place a Florio, we're in a much better spot. But yeah, this is going to be actually pretty awkward. So how do we do this? We could just run up here and just go in on Detonia and just sacrifice Shrapnel, which I don't think is even too bad. Wait, what? Oh. Well, that's pretty awkward. So, that's very awkward. You know what we could do is just... Yeah, so this actually tosses Beatrice back. So we'll toss her over there. Might as well use Shrapnel to try and get some damage in. We did get it on both, which is nice. Nothing really to plink here. Unless we just move up and go for Detonia. Which we will do. We did. Plink her down. And at this point, I think there's nothing left to do but Florio. I think we just keep Florio as far back as we can. And just deal with things next turn. So we're obviously losing Shrapnel here, which is not ideal. They're gaining additional Cinder. They've got both a Florio and a Switchback to play. And they could possibly hit Chuck here with this as well, so this is pretty bad for us. Because it also means there's no world of us getting our Shrapnel assist this turn. Oh, they could just go for pressure. Oh, they're just out of range. So no one's actually lost a crew yet. But this, so we're going to be the first to lose a crew. We can lose it to both of these shooting Shrapnel. But then do we get anything back? We've nearly killed 2 of their crew, which is nice. Detonia's going to probably just do nothing, to be honest. I wouldn't, most likely I wouldn't even activate her. What can they Into the Breach here then? Yeah, this is all fine. So I'm assuming Shrapnel's dead and we're taking a damage on Chuck. Oh, we didn't even take damage on Chuck, even better. So Shrapnel's going to get this, that's fine. That crit's pretty awkward for us. Okay, what's the Into the Breach? Did they have a Tipu? They had a Snareling, that was it. Okay, so what can we do here? We can actually get a pretty good hit here with Florio over this side. We're getting crit all the time, come on. So what if we bombard these? Because I think bombarding the armor doesn't make sense. So yes, let's bombard these. There we go. I think we apply pressure to Snareling. Because if we crit, we actually do really well here. We missed. That's one better than a crit. Okay, so where's the best angle to block this? I think about here. It's going to make it hard for Beatrice to get a shot onto Chuck through this, but Shrapnel will obviously be able to. I'll go for a plink there. Honestly, Florio just probably wants to keep out of line of sight as much as possible. And we want to start just going for advantage, because we can deal with these later on. We just want to be able to get to the point where... So this is probably... Yeah, this is going to be Switchback. And Switchback probably gives them a kill straight onto Florio. And onto Chuck, rather. Yeah, so this is the hit I'd be going for if I were them. Okay, that's the one I wouldn't choose. So this is fine. Yeah. And now Beatrice can get through there and can hit Chuck for 1. This is all well and good. And what have we got here? It's a Cinder Infuse, isn't it? Yeah. So we are still immobile for a turn. There we go. Oh, and that kills Chuck. Yeah, so they were just doing it for the damage. Okay, so I actually think we're super behind here. We've got 8 Cinder, so we can play our Healy Plant. We can deal a bit of damage to this. We can possibly nudge things back in our direction. So that's what we're going to need to do, is basically hit here, push into this direction, all this direction, and go for the kill, but I think this is more important to try and kill. So we're going to have to hit back this way, go for a crit. No, still no crits. So we're going to push Switchback back over here. We're going to bombard this direction to take out at least one of them. Now we've got 4 Cinder, but I think here we're actually probably better off just playing Detonia. So what I'm going to do is Cinder Infusion. We want Florio, Switchback to move. Sorry, Florio to move back this way. We want a Sleeper Mine again. Just about here would be good. We'll stick a Blink over here. Move in this direction. And actually, come to think of it, I think we just play a Crankbait to reduce line of sight, maybe? Or it's only 9 health, but we probably don't die to that, so let's Crankbait this. Try and protect our captain's HP. That's everything we can do, but we've got 6 crew left each. But they've got 4 on the battlefield and we've got 2, but ours are all ridiculously expensive and we have healing. So with 7 Cinder next turn, we've got 4 and then we've got Detonia and a Mine, and that's probably what we want to be looking at here. But that's only if we want to use Florio. You know, there are routes in which we might not want to. Yeah, so if they leave a Mine alive, that's great for us. Like, it could take 2 turns to kill, but if they move Beatrice in here and hit it, it deals 1 to Beatrice next turn. That's better than nothing. Yeah, so without Astra hitting this, yeah, if this misses, 1 in 5 chance. Oh, we've got a lag out. Okay, so yep. So what is this going to be? We know they've got Florio and it's not that. So what's their second last unit? Taria. Okay, so they can just... I mean, that doesn't change anything. That's the same as just using this, so there was no need to Into the Breach here unless they really want this 1 extra damage to shoot here. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I mean, it is 1 additional damage, that's fine. But now, if this is still here, this is going to hit them. So that means Switchback's just dead without anything. So yeah, Switchback's just dead now. And we can look at bombing in this direction. So here we go, there goes the bomb. So can Florio get all 3 of these? Is there a world? Is there a world? Okay, the question is what's more important then? Well, Antios isn't getting in range anyway. So what if we do these? This could be good. They've only got a Florio left. We've got Shrapnel coming at us though. Let's go with this. I think this feels okay to me. You know what I feel like? I feel like this works. Just go for this. And honestly, probably just play Detonia quite far forward. Move Florio back. Pop a Sleeper Mine down, say... Let's pop a Sleeper Mine down like here. Again, making it difficult for them to get to. And we can just keep moving this direction. So we need to be aware that they've got a nano shield and they've got Florio coming. But we might be able to just push the damage through. If we can just push a little bit more damage onto them. Because one of the things I want to do this next turn is if they leave Crankbait alive, which they probably do because it's not really a threat, is I can actually just move Crankbait up here or over here and use that to pull Florio somewhere. Okay, so how much damage have we got up there? Right, we've managed to keep the game away from them, so they're probably going to want to move downwards, but they've got all their crew deployed. And yeah, this is going to hit Taria. They can't avoid hitting their Taria here, so unless they just get bad luck. Yeah, they've only got 2 damage onto us. 3. They got the crit again. Nice. Okay, I feel good here, especially if, depending on where Astra moves. Astra moving forwards is probably a big mistake. Yeah, Nano Shield is fine. I don't care about Nano Shield right now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So we need 2 Cinder. Yeah, we've got enough Cinder actually to kill this and to try and save our Florio. Because they've got 8 health. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Okay, that was a bit of a waste, but sure. So we'll go here. We'll hit this. So we need to kind of be a little safer. We might as well take out the Cinder Sphere. There's nothing else we can hit, so we'll take out these. And do you know what I will do is move Florio here. Crankbait up this way. Because yeah, this pulls it away from Shrapnel a fair bit. And Zax can just move in here, get this, gain 2 Cinder. So Detonia can just... Do you know what? I'm actually going to stand in this mine to blow up this and then heal myself. Because that kills their Taria. Yeah. And we'll pop a Sleep Mine down just over here because they don't have any way of dealing with it. And now Astra can't get over either. I think we've got this game. I think we're going to end up with 2 early wins because our Florio just is going to outlive them all. So they can kill our Crankbait here, that's fine. But we've got 3 units left in the in our reserves, including a Switchback. And a Sentinel, but Switchback is the big one here. We can just start Florioing every turn until we need to do something else. So that's the thing, we don't have to do anything. Like, in theory, we've probably got lethal next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Plink. So without them moving carefully, we've actually got lethal next turn. The shame is that we don't have our Shrapnel to go do funny things. Cinder Infusion, yep. And like, I suppose that wasn't even... I wasn't even counting Detonia in that. Yeah, so let's go. Lob explosives. Bombard. Grav Disc. And for the style finish, we'll go with Plink. There we go, killed by a battery. That was awesome. We managed to really control that game out and basically keep to the point that our Florio was alive every single turn, and we never once had a situation where, you know, Florio got really pressured. So that went really well. Ooh, a bit of account mastery. I keep forgetting that we're still not even max level on this. So that went really well. That was awesome. And we're going to try and win our last one here. The only thing is that we really want to get that Shrapnel style point. I really want the flair for trying to get 5 units hit with a Shrapnel. So we're going to have to try and be quite careful with this. Ooh, it's a small map as well, so I'm really hoping we're going second again, because second wind has been very good to us. Lifeline and Plink seems funny. Yeah, let's do that. And we're second again, all 3 games. Oh, poor Shikami. Sure, pop your Antios down. I mean, they can move on to me here, so I want to just... How far can they move? So maybe if I move here and hit right in them, they can't quite get away, but we're better off just actually hiding. Popping that down, and honestly, it's almost worth putting a mine down now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let them hit us for 1 and lose tempo if they want to. Sorry, for 4 rather, 5 maybe. because they can hit there, they can pump this and hit again, but then they lose this for nothing, apart from a bit of damage, and we've got some great healing resources. Yeah, they're going for it. That's fine by me. That's their entire turn's tempo gone. So it does look like it's going to push them back, so we can just do that and get Plink. And then we're all around. I think this time it's probably still just Shrapnel. And Shrapnel up front, up close and personal. There's no reason to take any extra risks here. Let's just go for it. Like, let's just put pressure on them. So I am going to try and skew the game so that we can get our shots off with our big shot off with Shrapnel. So like if I need to, I can find ways to heal. I can do plenty of things here. So is this the Beatrice? Okay, that's the Beatrice, yeah. And then Cinder Infusion, of course. Don't think I can deal with that quite yet. But that's all their stuff. If they place a Cinder Orb down, we can just even steal it. So what we want it to be is as far away as possible while still getting in range. Oh, we got a crit there. Nice. That's very nice, actually. I got another crit. Wow. This is going very much in our favour now. I'm almost tempted to try and deploy 2 units to try and get a bigger hit, but let's try and put this somewhere that they can't get the best angle on. So like here. There we go. So they shouldn't be able to get a good angle on things there. Let's see how this goes. I really, really want to get that hit 5 things. So it says on the thing, hit 5 crew. So this might not even count. This might only be 2. But I really want to get it going. Come on, Shikami, play a bunch of crew out so I can then shoot them. Even my own crew I'd shoot here. Okay, is this going to be Snareling? Oh, it's their Shrapnel. Okay. This is good. There's now at least 3 eligible crew on the battlefield. I think we might have to kill Beatrice just to keep alive. This is kind of awkward. Yeah, they had to choose what to target there. So Beatrice is doing what? Running away? So if Beatrice runs away, we can actually just save this for another turn. It does give them more Cinder. Oh, they've got Stim Burst to run. Interesting. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to apply some pressure, but I think the best way to start with that is by doing this first. So we missed that one, but we can just hit here. Where do we apply the pressure to here? We could go back onto Shrapnel, but I think, yeah, sorry, into Astra, but I think Shrapnel's the correct shot here. We missed, of course. So we're going to do this, and then I think, honestly, I kind of just want to deploy the Sentinel, but I think that's a mistake. So let's just put Switchback down somewhere reasonably safe, like over here. And have we got anything that we can plink? Because this didn't take... Oh yeah, Astra did take damage. Okay. So we're still just building up to this big crew hit somehow. Still left some good angles here. The good news is we can kill Shrapnel this turn if it comes to it. The important thing is, if this is Snareling, then this could actually be... Oh, this is Tarius. They're going to double Shrapnel. Yeah. Okay, so they're getting all the pressure onto us. 7, yeah. But now we can just start clearing things up. Because Beatrice isn't going to be able to get into range. They'll have Stim Burst next turn, but that's not going to be enough. We can start getting close to healing things. So what's interesting about this placement is that we can actually just go for something like this. So this gives Beatrice a hit, but that placement there gives us all 3 of these. There we go. So that means we can take this shot here and move back. I actually think here we just... Do you know what? It even might just be that we go for a regular hit here. I think is the correct play. Because there's no reason to switch it up. We can't kill it anyway. We can play a Nectarvine down here. Let's place it further down so it's something like this so it's easier to hit for the big attack next turn. Chuck can just come in and get a bit of damage down. And at this point we might as well toss them as well. Okay. So now this is it. We're setting up for the big shrapnel turn. We just need one more unit to get in range. So this is fine coming down here. But we need to get shrapnel to be able to hit everything is the problem. Not just shoot, it needs to be able to hit. This is going to be challenging. So Astra's still coming up here, so they're still just putting pressure on our captain because they don't know about Lifeline yet. And we are going to be healing up to a turn from the Vine, which is nice at least. Maybe even just place down like Crankbait Detonia and just go for the big attack on all of our own units. Because there's no reason for us to draw this out. We can just put them down to a low life total and try and deal with it ourselves later. Like, we don't need to rush this. Oh wow, they hit all three. Maybe we can do the same. So we need to hit 1, 2, 3, 4. So they need to place one more and we need to get all this in better line of sight. Yeah, what's this going to be? There's the snareling. Okay. Oh, come on. Give us something. Give us something we can work with shrapnel. Yeah, this is all fine. Yes, do this. This is all fine. So, if we stand here... So, shrapnel needs to move first. To something like... No, Shikami! Oh, okay, so we failed our flare points, but I feel like that went really well. We got 3-0. Absolutely loved that. Like, it was really fun playing with difficult lists, and we just did have that list there. Getting second wind every game was huge. I don't think that was particularly fair on poor Shikami. Don't think anyone's going to be convinced that that being removed from the game is a good thing. But also we had a really big endgame units, and every time just being able to play a huge thing every other turn worked out really well for us. So great start to the league. I've told myself I'm not going to be playing for style points outside of the matches because I really want to be able to get those flare points, you know, within the games themselves. So I was trying to orchestrate that situation, but I will accept my loss on this instance. I've really enjoyed this. It's been a great round one. This is a reminder for anyone else who's part of the league. If you haven't got your round one done already, we need to get them completed by the end of Friday. So that's Friday, my time, UTC, GMT, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll be looking at doing the next draws for Saturday. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I really have, and I really want to see more of this sort of content in the future. Like, I'm looking forward to making it, is what I mean. If you liked it, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment, let me know if you've achieved your goals. If you haven't, if you're in the league, let me know how much fun you've been having, or if you haven't at all. And if you want to really support this, go ahead and head over to Patreon. That's the best way you can support me. But no matter what you do, thank you very much for watching, and most importantly, have a good day.